It's time to make math great again. Let's go to the lesson. Okay, let's go to lesson 1.4, greatest common factor. Okay, greatest common factor of two numbers is a factor. Doesn't have to be prime, okay? Doesn't have to be prime. That is the greatest number from all the factors that match in both sides, for both. Let me explain what I mean. For example, 25 and 10. 25 have two factors, which is 5 and 5. 5 and 10 have two factors, 2 and 5. Okay? So, leave the common factor, circle the greatest common factor. So, and of course, 1 is a factor for all the numbers. So, the greatest common factor is the greatest number that are in both groups of factors. So, in this case, here you see the 5, here the 5, and you find. Let's go with 36 and 90. So what I recommend to my student is that first you find all the factors, which is, for example, 36. Let me do it here in a paper because I will need more space. For 36, I do 1 times 36, then 2 times 18. 3 times 12, 4 times 9, and 6 times 6. You see, those are all the factors for 36. Now, if you look at here, I go in order, because if you do 3 times 12, 6 times 6, then you are confused, or maybe you're missing any of the factors. But if you go 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. If 5 doesn't have, then I try with 6, and so on, okay? And then the other number is 90. So I use the same method to find all the factors. 1 times 90, 2 times 45, 3 times 30, 4 doesn't have, 5 doesn't have, 6 times 15, yes, 6 times 15, 7 doesn't have, 8 doesn't have, 9 times 10, and that's it, because then it comes 10 times 9, which we already have it here. Now, this is an interesting trick. If from 1 to 2, what I did was double the number, then this one I have to divide it by 2. You see? From 3 to 6, I doubled the number. So I divided by 2, 30 divided by 2 is 15. From 2 to 6, I tripled the number. 2 times 3 is 6. 45 divided by 3 is 15. So there is a very close relation between them. Okay, that's why you can find the factors very easily. Now, from those two numbers, we have a lot of common factors. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 6, we have also, that's it. Now, which is the greatest? That's the question. Which is the greatest? Is the greater 6 or the greater is 9? So the greatest common factor for 36 and 90 is 9. That's the greatest common factor. That's how you find it. Finding all the factors. Remember, in all the factors, some of the factors are prime, like 1, 2, and 3 are prime factors, but 45 is not a prime factor, 15 is not a prime factor, and so on. Okay? So you find all the factors, and then you find which is the common that match in both groups, which is the greatest number, and that is your greatest common factor. So you do the same with 14 and 18. Once you have practice, maybe you can do it without doing too much work. For example, here, I know it have to be 2. Because 14 is 2 times 7, 18 is 2 times 9, 18 is also 3 times 6, but 14 doesn't have a 3 and a 6. So from those two, the greatest common factor is just 2. Okay, let's see the kind of problem they do with greatest common factor. Okay, This one is just shorter. There are 24 6th grader and 47th graders. Mr. Klung wants to divide both grade into groups of equal size with the greatest possible number of students in each group. How many students should be in each group? This is a very nice problem to represent the greatest common factor. Guys, let me tell you something. This is not a secret, but it's something personal I want to share with you. You know that I still, at my 37 years old, I watch cartoons. Do you know which is my favorite cartoon? Let me write it down. Superbook. Guys, I recommend it to you. This is amazing. I love it. Superbook. Find it in YouTube and you can watch all the episodes. Okay, guys, Superbook. Let's go to our problem. Okay. So basically what you have to do is to find the greatest common factor. I see a 4 is a common factor, 4 times 6 and 4 times 10. This one has a 5 and a 10, but this one doesn't have 5 and 10. A 6 times 4, but this one doesn't have a 6. So the greatest common factor between those two numbers is 4. 4 times 6, 4 times 10. Okay, 4 is the greatest. Here we have 8 times 5, but this one, oh, very good, it's not 4. Because 24 is also 3 times 8. And 40 is 8 times 5. You see, guys, sometimes you don't see it in the first. So you have to double check or do the process. You know what I made a mistake? Because I didn't do the process I showed you. If I were doing that with that exercise, I wouldn't made a mistake. You see? Good to happen to show you that it's good to go with the process most of the time. Okay, guys, have a great afternoon, night, whatever you are studying right now. And remember, watch a Superbook. Have a great day. Bye.